Welcome back to On the Issues. If you have not attended the Melrose and 7th Avenue Street Fair in the past, you do not want to miss it this year. It keeps getting bigger and bigger. Joining me to discuss the 10th Annual Street Fair are Bill Sandwig, President of SAMA, and Lisa Hubbard from the city's Neighborhood Services Department. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
It's hard to believe, 10 years.
It's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy. It really is. And what are you getting? How many people did you have last year, Bill?
I think the official report was 10 to 12,000 people.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's almost as if the 7th Avenue Street Fair is turning into what Sunday on Central was at one point.
I've heard that comparison before, yeah.
It's bringing people downtown and reinvigorating really the whole area.
I think it's a wonderful celebration of what can be accomplished when you get businesses, neighborhoods, and the city all together on the same page trying to do something.
Well, let's talk about that. Lisa, you're with the Neighborhood Services Department. Why would the Neighborhood Services Department be involved in a street fair?
Well, we've been involved since the beginning, and part of the idea behind the street fair was to celebrate the revitalization of 7th Avenue. When we started out on 7th Avenue, there were 121 businesses that aligned between Indian School and Camelback, and out of those 121, we had over 22 vacant buildings. And back 10, 12 years ago, we started the revitalization effort with the art panels that went in at 7th Avenue and Glen Rosa, the shade canopies. And out of that, we said, hey, let's try something different, see if we can close 7th Avenue down for a few hours and celebrate what's going on. And then every year, it's just continued to grow. We started out with 4 6-foot tables in the center of 7th Avenue and Glen Rosa. And now we're up to 150 vendors.
150 vendors in entertainment?
Yes.
You have a lot of entertainment. It's really kind of cool. What do you have? Who do you have coming up this year?
We've got our classic car show as well, 150.
That's always a
classic
huge
cars.
draw.
Absolutely. So we get a lot of people, a lot of something for everybody. I know we've got about 5 or 6 bands coming on the stage.
Great.
Being coordinated. So that's going to be a really good
Great.
time.
And the restaurants, because there really are a lot of diverse restaurants. You're the owner of one of them.
Absolutely.
Copper Star and 7th.
Coffee, yeah.
And all the restaurants seem as if they really participate and get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. A number of the restaurants and the bars are doing extension to premises, so we'll
Good.
have some
Patios
and patio going on out there. Yeah, and I think the fact that we enjoy a 92% occupancy rate on 7th Avenue in that 1 mile stretch really shows the other restaurants are like we can really do some good business here, and we can really expose our product to a whole new group of people when they come down for the street fair.
Good. Now, was it next year you actually had kind of the Kiddie Land Park thing? Are you doing that again?
Absolutely. Last year we did that. We did it with
seemed to be
face
really
painting
popular.
and crafts and
Yeah.
free. It's all free for a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
Good.
Very family friendly.
Yes.
Bring the
yeah,
family
absolutely.
out. That's the
Right, bring the kids, and if you want a beer in the afternoon, then you also have that option.
Right.
What are the hours this year?
We're going from
11 to 5.
11 to 5.
Okay. Now, in the past, you kind of change. You go back and forth, it seems like, a little bit on the hours. Sometimes you're later, sometimes you're earlier.
We tried doing a nighttime event, a little bit of day, a little bit of night, and it just kind of got a little cumbersome. I think that we decided that it was much better to concentrate our efforts and something where the afternoon is free for a lot of people. In spring in Phoenix, there's so many wonderful things to do.
Right, a lot of competition out there. Yeah. Parking, everybody just parks in the neighborhoods, right?
Pretty much.
Parks in the neighborhoods. Davis Enterprise has been kind enough to let us use their parking lot on 7th Avenue and Indian School.
Great,
as
right
well.
Across from the Fresh and Easy.
Exactly.
Okay, great. So there's free parking there, free parking all around?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Any surprises in store?
They wouldn't be a surprise then, would it?
I was hoping. Okay, so where does it go from here? You're already attracting 10 to 12,000 people. What's the next step for 7th Avenue and Melrose?
Right now we're going ahead. We've gone ahead and done the legal documents to get a 501c3 charity together to align a lot of the neighborhoods to move forward with continuing to beautify 7th Avenue. I think obviously the occupancy rate attests that some of the things that we've done to promote the community and the downtown revitalization. I think a lot of this really shows that there's a lot more work to be done.
And gee, I hope I get the answer I'm looking for. I presume business continues to grow for all the businesses on 7th Avenue.
I think a lot of people last year were saying flat is the new up, and I think that as we came
for everybody.
Yeah, certainly, yes. And I think that as we came out of the holidays, I've talked to a number of the merchants and stuff. They really enjoyed a good strong holiday season, and a lot of them are looking forward to a real strong spring. A lot of the winter visitors coming back into town and doing a lot of stuff. So I know that our sales are up, and I know that a number of the other merchants are like, after having a year or two of slowdown, they're seeing numbers looking back towards around where 2008 was.
Good. Well, Lisa, from Neighborhood Services standpoint, to me it seems like the Melrose district is kind of the granddaddy of them all.
It is. I think it's what everybody wants to be when they grow up. We have so many business groups that are interested in forming an association similar to what 7th Avenue has done. And they really, kind of set the groundwork, the foundation for all these other business groups that are forming throughout the city of Phoenix. The one thing that I think is really unique about 7th Avenue as well is that it's all small businesses.
Right.
There
Locally
are-
owned, no franchises. Yes.
You mentioned 7th Avenue and Fresh and Easy, but really those are the only two.
That's about it.
Everything else along that avenue there is all small business.
Right. Locally financed, locally owned, operated. It's phenomenal.
And a lot of those owners live within the neighborhoods that abut 7th
Yes.
Avenue.
Right.
So it's just a continuation
Right.
of neighborhoods.
And people talk about the role that the city of Phoenix can play. 7th Avenue really is the perfect example.
It's a wonderful
How
partnership.
we foster the business growth. Thank you for being here. I, of course, will be at the street fair. I know you both will be there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time. Tell me again what date? March
5th, Saturday.
March 5th. Perfect. All right, I'll see you there. That's it for this month's On the Issues. If you have comments or questions about today's show or any city issue, please call my office at 602-262-7447 or visit my website at phoenix.gov/district4, or you can find me on Twitter at Tom Simplot or friend me on Facebook. We'll see you next time on the Issues.